Since I have already played this game to close to 700 days, I think I can already give the best possible tips I can give you from my own gameplay to free-to-play players, to low spenders, to or high spenders. I will showcase in this video what kind of general ideas I use for myself to build this account without a single farm account, and not having too much gathering, and not having too much resource assistance, right? And it will be about tips, and every single tip will come from my own gameplay, and hopefully it will be helpful for everybody, right? I will start with like most basic one, the constructions, right? Constructions are really important. Not only that you are increasing every single level whenever you are upgrading it, like production or some important buildings. Some of the buildings are giving you amazing buffs, right? For example, upgrading army buildings gives us a lot of benefits. Not only it increases the training capacity, it also gives us different kind of PvP bonuses, right? Like for example, archers are giving defense bonuses, for example, cavalry is giving attack, and so on, right? And in total, whenever you're gonna have like every single army building to 25 level, it will add up, and it will become a pretty good number in terms of percentages, right? And it doesn't really stop only on this. Even hospitals are giving us additional bonuses, right? And 25 level hospital will give you 0.5% HP, overall HP to all of your troops, and you have 4 of them, so in total it will be 2%. Trust me, in the end game, every single percentage matters, right? And there is a Alliance Center which actually helps us to upgrade or research different kind of upgrades in a faster way, right? And let's speak about the most important one, Town Hall. It's the beginning especially. I think every single level is really important, and there are like some stages which I think is important to know, right? Like for example, whenever your Town Hall will be 10 level, you will be available, have a chance to use 3 legions together, and 16 it will be 4, and finally the most important level, which is 21, you will become Metropolis, and you will have 5 legions together, having fun, and finally feeling the Call of Dragons aura, right? That's basically like regarding constructions. Don't underestimate some of the buffs which you are actually getting. I'm not even speaking about the rally drum and watchtower. This is like one of the most important construction buildings for us to generate tier 5 units, right? And yeah, in terms of tier 5s, we can actually move on to the research tip. This like second tip, and I want to give you guys the tips in this area, because I think here are like some of the most important updates which you're gonna hurry up to upgrade, right? Which are scholarship to increase the research speed, Architect 2 and Architect 1, that's like building speed, and 35% building speed is amazing. Of course, supply chains for faster gathering, since we are not using a single farm account. That's really important to have. And scholarship too, right? Research speed, that's like the moment when you actually kind of stop progressing towards the economy tree, because research 2 on a max level is like the most important upgrade here. But it's not only for the military tech. Let's not speak about getting the tier 4 units as fast as possible. I will speak about like 4 or 5 most important upgrades here, right? There's defensive formations 1, assault strategies 1, first aid 2, first aid 2, and first aid 1, and defensive formations 2, right? These are the most important upgrades for you to have better PvP experience. And of course, Pathfinder, right? Legion March Speed is important. These are the most important. The amount of, like, first of all, you are buffing every single troop. Even if you are archer or mage, whenever you're gonna upgrade these skills, it gives the additional bonuses to every troop type, whichever you are going to have in your account. Let's not dive in inside the military tech. I'm not even gonna speak about the troop type buffs for mages, for archer, for cavalry, specific ones. That's like different topic. Of course, these ones are important, but these are kinda even more because it buffs everything, right? So like planning ahead your research, is really important. It will save up your resources, save up your time, and of course you always want to be first to upgrade the most important upgrades which are here, right? And that's like enough for like the tip 2, and we are finally going to one of the most important tips which I can give you in the Call of Dragons, especially if you are a free-to-play player or low spender. This is like one of the most important tip, right? Finally, you should, as fast as possible, as whenever you start the game, you should decide what would be your main troop type. It's not only about what troop type is the best and fastest and strongest, it's about which troop type gives you most fun, right? Like, for example, for some players, more merits are like equivalent of fun. For some players, like cool gameplay is equivalent of fun. So like there is different types, right? Like there is mages, there is archers, there is infantry, there is cavalry, and there is flying units, right? And flying units is kind of universal one. It's not about like I'm gonna be flying unit main. It doesn't really happen like that, right? In general, we have 4 archer, mages, infantry, and cavalry. For example, myself, I decided that I would be archer player since the day 1 or like maybe day 5 or day 6. And my main focus in terms of troops have been archers, right? Like I wanted to get as much archers as possible, simply because I decided that's my troop type, that's the troop type I will use the most, and that's why I will need more troops of this type, which I decided, right? And for example, if you like the mage gameplay, you will decide that you will be mage player, you will have higher range, low defense, but you will utilize your most important stat, which is like higher range than any other troop type, right? If you want to be tanky and you want to decide the wars, you want to be infantry, right? Because infantry has the highest defensive stats, armor, magic, defense, and HP, and that's how they survive. If you want to be sneaky, if you want to catch people off guard, you want to like give enemies a lot of severely wounded troops, you are going to be cavalry. You will try to build as much cavalry troop types as possible, because that's your main fighting troops, right? That's the most important aspect, which I think every single player should decide as fast as possible, because planning ahead and understanding what's your main troop type is important, because it not only helps you to decide which kind of troop types you will speed up to use more, it also helps you in heroes, artifacts, and many different aspects, right? So decide which is your troop type, and after that, trust me, everything will get really, really easier, right? And I will speak about myself, for example. I decided that I'm a troop type of archer, and my highest amount of troops are, of course, archers. You can see 1.1 million. And I'm having super fun playing archers. And now we're gonna have another tip in terms of heroes, right? And as I said, let's say you guys decided to be archers just like me. What happens when you decide that you are archer player? Of course, all of your resources in terms of legendary tokens, legendary medals, any kind of resources which you need to spend in this game, you will put in archers, right? Which means not only you will have the high amount of troop count of the archers, the strongest heroes you will have will be archers yet again, right? It's connected together, and you can see like my archers are the most important heroes, and that's why almost all the tokens which I spent in this game went to archers. That's why finally I have Kinara awakened. My Nico is going strong to be awakened. Magrat is 555, which is kinda equivalent of awakening her as a free-to-play player. Zaida is 5334, and I'm adding some more tokens here, which I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try to awaken Zaida. And of course some new heroes, right? And if you're gonna check like cavalry, there's like totally different. Only Emrys and Bakshi has good levels because you can get them from the normal openings. Other than that, Tobin like 0 tokens, Theodore 0 tokens, Fornville 0 tokens, which means I have not even put any like additional tokens to cavalry because that's not my troop type. Same yet again with infantry, right? I have Garwood and Nika because from the normal pools. Other than that, I have even best infantry hero pair, but did not even spend tokens here because I know if I will spread my legendary tokens around, I won't even gonna have one good troop type, heroes and hero pairs in this game. So, like, if you're gonna play this game for a long time, you will understand that even though your archer is main troop type, you will kind of have your secondary troop type, right? And for me, that's mages. And like, it's simple. I guess I like ranged troops, right? I got Bertrand 5111. I got Welin from normal pools. Like Tohar, I add some of my tokens to my mages because whenever, like, at some point I will have no troops, archer troops during war, and of course I want to use some mage troops also, right? So basically, understanding which is your main troop type helps you to progress really easily in this game. You can understand how the big difference I have in terms of other troops and my main troop type and my main heroes and levels and everything, right? And especially if you are a low spender, especially if you are free-to-play player, that's like one of the most important things which you have to decide. And anytime, whenever new players are asking me the question, what's the most important, understand what's your troop type, understand what's your heroes, understand how you are going to get there, right? And for example, like PvP heroes are better ones to add tokens, and if you're archer, try to understand archer PvP heroes, go your tokens there. It's simple as that. That's why Kinarwa is PvP, Awakened, Zaida is PvP, I'm gonna Awaken. So most important PvP heroes for archers, and Magrat, the most important one actually, 555, even easier for free-to-play players, right? So this is the basic idea. I won't gonna speak too much about heroes, so if you're gonna choose your number one priority troop type and heroes, it will be easier for you because you will be stronger during the PvP. Let's go same towards artifacts, right? Same towards artifacts. I understand artifacts are mainly luck in our game, but still putting the 6-star on your main artifacts or for your main troop type. For example, myself, Shadowblade is 6-star, Heart of Kamasi is 6-star, Rattle Spear is 6-star, like basically all the artifacts which I have for my archers and for my mages are 6-star. That's the like most important tip for a free-to-play and low spenders, because it's not that easy to get great artifacts in this game, and plus not easy to have 6-star artifacts because they actually add up like some amazing additional stats, and that's really important to understand. Of course, if you are mage main, you want to have as much mage artifacts, and all of them should be 6-star. If you're gonna spread around your stars to other artifacts, like for example cavalry artifacts, infantry artifacts, I even have Spiritbone token, it's like 4 stars, right? That's simply because all the main like all the main currencies such as stars, legendary tokens will go to our main troop type items, right? I even have Thunder's Elegy, which is only 4-star, which is like newest artifact. That like I don't understand how I can be more believable, right? This is my own gameplay which I'm trying to explain, and hopefully it will be helpful for you guys, right? So in terms of artifacts, I can say one more thing. Don't underestimate normal draws. From normal draws, Phoenix Eye, at some point you're gonna have 5 level, trust me. Even Shadow Blades, at some point you're gonna have 5 level. They are great, like even though you can see that they are basic ones, not as shiny ones, new ones, but trust me, 5 level Phoenix Eye, even 4, 3, Shadow Blades, Heart of Kamasi, Thirstless Wines, Kingslayer, Fang of Ashkari, they are amazing artifacts. So even though you can't like get like all the exclusive artifacts, don't be sad, don't be angry. These basic ones are really good, right? And yeah, that's like a tip for the artifacts, and of course war pits, right? I understand this tip will be normal for experienced players, but for the beginners, it's important to understand that war pits are not accessory. War pits are one of the most important PvP attribute in the game, which helps you not only to get more memories, to be more tanky, to heal more, and that's like my favorite addition to the game since the launch, right? And there is different war pits for different troop types. Of course, goes same. If you're gonna choose your main troop type, your main heroes, it goes equivalent to your archer war pits, right? Like for example, I said I'm an archer main. I put all of my resources to Archer Warpits, right? And Snow Peak Rock, for example, is Archer Warpit. You can see what kind of good stars there are on my Snow Peak Rock. Same, right? Same for Night Rock, Marksman Warpit. Same for Sand Lizard. Basically, like all of my skills and luck and like currencies which I have in the game, I have spent on my archer troops and are making my archer heroes even better. Same for warped and same for troops. And my secondary troop type is of course mages, and that's why like additionally I put some of my time and some of my resources to mage warpits, right? Such as Sapphire Federate and some Shadow Federate for some stars, right? But mainly it's all about archers. So basically, I hope you guys understand the main points in this game. And right now, I'm gonna turn inside the gems and gems situation, right? I want to remind everybody you can gather gems 1k per week. At first glance, you might say 1k per week is not anything, but let's count how many weeks you are playing this game, right? Let's count how many weeks is every single KVK, how many weeks you are staying in your home kingdom and you are missing on so many gems, right? If you're gonna, like, if you have not gathered gems, try to check how many days you have logged in and how much gems you have already missed, and you will understand what you are missing in this game, right? Gems are most important currency in the game, and if you are not getting as much as possible, like it's whatever the possibility is, you are doing really bad. Even if you are low spender, even if you are free-to-play player, even if you are high spender, right? There is a lot of times you can easily gather gems and it won't gonna give you any harm, right? You're gonna use your gems if you're a free-to-play player to get more treaties, to get your tier 5 units, and more arrows to get there, because I think getting to tier 5 troops are really important. And yeah, also important thing about gems, don't spend gems on Forge of Light and Riches of the Forest. Don't spend gems on events which require you to spend a lot of gems to get something. If you want artifacts, spend gems on Universal Artifact Compendium or Wheel of Destiny for heroes, and Lucky Spins for PvP heroes and for your chosen troop type. If you are Archer, just spin for archer heroes. If you are mage, spin for mage heroes. That's the most important thing, which you will understand how many gems you will save up if you will plan ahead everything in general, right? And that's like one of the most important steps yet again. And I think I'm gonna speak about last tip, which I think is a generator of fun. It's like, I think without this tip and without this, playing Call of Dragons would be really boring. Alliance, right? I have said it many times, playing this game without good alliance. I'm not speaking about power and fighters. I'm speaking about community, players, people. I think without having good alliance, it would be so boring. It would be boring to fight in PvP, in wars. It would be boring to kill behemoths. Every single action without alliance and without alliance members who are active would be boring. So one of the most important tips, which I kept it at the end, if you are just starting the game, if you have played like for 200 days, or you are a veteran player, try to have the alliance where you are having most fun while interacting with people, right? Interacting is not only about like talking in chat. Interacting is like going to the behemoth raids, running rally forts, getting dark chests, right? Like there is a lot of activities, caravan event, like Rings of War, alliance event, like there is more and more events which just gives us the intensifying ability to just go and play with your alliance, and that's how you're gonna have a lot of benefits, right? Even Crucible of Courage, there is some stages you can't beat without your alliance members' help. Even Behemoth raids, you can split your victories with your alliance members. What can it be better, right? And if you are having less and less fun in Call of Dragons, just try my tip. Get a good alliance with good people with whom you like to play, and trust me, you will have 100x more fun than you have ever had in this game. I hope these tips will be helpful for everybody. This is like my main tips from the gameplay which I have spent like close to 700 days, and I hope you guys will find the desired tips and you guys will use it, because at the end of the day, main idea is to have fun in the games. If you like the video, press like, subscribe, share. It always gives me more and more motivation to make more content for this game. I wish everybody amazing day, morning, and night. We are going to see each other really, really soon. Bye bye. Good luck.